Hi, my name is Darius Chinoy. I'm a part-time actor, full-time overthinker, and a proud graduate of the University of Ye Kya Ho Raha Hai Bhai? Before I begin, I would like to request all of you to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Sahib ji, praise the Lord. Some of my extended family members say Salam Alaikum, Namaste, Jai Guruji, and Yo Uncle. That's basically how the greetings happen across my family's potluck dinners across the world. You see, my father's a Parsi and very proud of the fact that Zoroaster had it all figured out over 3,000 years ago. My mother, on the other hand, is a devout Protestant and swears by Jesus to such an extent where they actually sit together and talk. My younger sibling is a once dead but born again Christian because I think my brother-in-law from Kanpur, well, he managed to convince her really well that his bypass road to Jesus Christ was better than Mum's one-way street. Which means Sister Dear wasn't satisfied with that one religious awakening in her life that she had to go in for a season 2. And my wife, well, she's a Hindu who prays privately with her eyes closed. But she keeps her ears open just in case she hears Modiji's voice. And me. Don't get me wrong, I love my family and dote on every single one of them. But as far as religion is concerned, I'm the cat on the fence, an agnostic in the streets and an atheist in the streets. Because honestly, if God created all this mess we see around happening, I'm not sure he deserves worship. He deserves a performance review, or at least, like in the corporate world, an annual appraisal. Can you believe it? That all the major religions of the world, either directly or indirectly, say that we are God's children, with Buddhism being the only exception? My serious question to all those believers out there is, what was your God doing when a 5-year-old child was being raped and brutally killed? Eating popcorn? Enjoying the view? I never get the answer because there is no answer. Let's rewind to when human beings were nomads, with a club in one hand and clad in loincloths like modern-day thongs. Well, they needed a moral GPS, like thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's Wi-Fi. Well, okay, that came later. But yes, religion was needed then to teach us what was right from wrong. It served a purpose to civilize, organize, and stop, for example, Mr. Shinde's men from beating up people they didn't like poor Kunal Kamra. But that was thousands of years ago. Today, we've decoded the human genome. We've cloned sheep. We've sent Teslas to space. We've sent Voyagers 1 and 2 to the ends of the solar system. And still, we are arguing over whether eating beef and pork will make you burn in hell, or whether a woman should cover her hair, face, and skin so that men universally don't get aroused? Here's a thought. Isn't science basically doing all the miracles now? It's possible to have a virgin birth, IVF, talking to God, therapy, raising the dead, CPR if you're fast, parting the seas. Well, some Israelis are probably working on it to create more colonies for the Palestinians whom they can later kill. We've replaced incense with elixir, ceremonial sacrifices with monthly subscriptions, and the 10 commandments with terms and conditions, which ironically, no one reads either. And yet, in 2025, we have full-grown adults killing each other over fairy tales written on leaves or goat skins thousands of years ago. You know what religion is today? It's like those old relatives, especially old uncles who keep reminding you, हमारे ज़माने में तो हम अपना मक्खन खुद बनाते थे और 14 साल की उम्र में शादी कर लेते थे बेटा. हाँ uncle ji, but now we have a mule, and if you married at 14, all of you were enforced pedophiles. Please take some rest. Now don't get me wrong, though I'm anti-faith because I believe faith is blind, I would respect your journey to discover logic. Your faith can be acceptable when it stays personal. But when faith becomes a political party, an ideology, a fashion trend, or even worse, a WhatsApp group. Then my atheist soul quietly slips into fight mode. You know, religion never taught me. Religion didn't teach me boundaries. It just said obey. Religion told me to kneel, not to stand up for myself. Religion told me to touch someone's feet, not to hug them. Religion didn't teach me truth or authenticity. My cats did. Religion didn't teach me how to love someone who's different. It ordered me to convert them. And the list goes on and on and on and on and on and on. But science gave me running water, electricity, vaccines, Tinder, and a front row seat to watch God slowly outsourced to algorithms. So today when my father asks, why don't I pray? My mother asks, why don't I sing hymns? My sister wants me to say grace at the dining table. My wife sympathizes with me and says, let's have a beer, darling, but after I pray. This was uncommon sense. If God exists, he definitely needs his app updated. See you next Sunday, or whichever holy day offends you the least. Now it's time to read my Bible gifted by Mom. Please do like, share, comment and subscribe, because I'm a poor convenient Parsi who is below the Parsi poverty line.